It's Thursday. Looking forward to another edition of Weighted to Win. Looking forward to this program. We're on the Vaal Classic track and there's 9 races, which naturally means that the bar pot will start in race number 2. Another reminder about our social media platforms. There's far too many to remember, but there's different ways you can get in touch with us and we'd love to engage with you as the customer. All right, so I've got Darren Burrows on the line today. Looking forward to chatting to Darren and hopefully he can find us a few winners on this program. We're on the classic track. The 4 Racing welcomes your work riders maiden plate. It is over 2,000 meters. And in the opener, top sales at 11 to 10. Prime examples gone 14 to 10, and you can write your price about the balance. Darren, welcome to the show. What do we like in the first?
Well, I thought Top Sale probably the best bet on the card. I believe he'll turn the tables on Prime Example on that collateral form behind Otto Lucan. I see Prime Example's best over 1,800. I see he tries 2,000. He doesn't quite round his race off and a little bit further. I just feel Top Sale's got that come on look about him. And I will be taking the match at double, the first and last race. Top Sale and Eye of the Prophet.
Yeah, Chamu Mabaya, a very experienced work rider. He had a few hard luck stories out at the Big T just the other day, and we certainly hope that he's in working condition and all okay on that front, because I know it was a nasty fall with the horse that he was on, and that was one of the favourites for the Mike de Kock yard. So Chamu Mabaya, a very good work rider, and that's where Darren Burrows is going to go in the first race. Let's go and see what we're doing with the selections. Short and sweet. Win on Top Sale. Current price is 11 to 10, and I'd imagine closer to race time this horse is going to shorten up. We're on to the first leg of the buy pot, and it starts now in race number 2. I see Homely Girls being priced up as your favourite at about 22 to 10. That's number 3. 6 Sound of Warnings at 22 to 10 at 7 to 2, and better bar those. Darren, quite a good race. There's 1 or 2 that have been knocking hard. I thought Hollywood Bound represented some value at about 4 to 1.
It's a small field, but very competitive. You know, you got a filly like Sound of Warning with 112 rating. She comes in here one of the best weighted. She's never been beyond 1,200 meters. She's run a length off Captain's Ransom in Grade 1 company. She's very good on her day. And on pedigree, there's no reason why she's not going to enjoy it. So Sound of Warning for the shortlist. Hollywood Bound's a runner. Homely Girl with a 4-kilo claim is a runner, and Marigold Hotel not out of it either.
Small field, but trappy in that. You probably got to go a good few horses over here. Being only a 6-horse field, you probably got to include a good 3 or 4 horses just to make sure that you survive the first leg of the buy pot. Let's see what we're doing from our end of things. What are the team doing? Daryl Marie's gone 3 and 6. So 3 Homely Girl and the 6 Sound of Warning. Second leg 4, 5, 7, 11. By 1 and 8, by 3, 6 and 7, by 1, 3 and 5, by 2, 4 and 7, and that will be the last leg of the bar pot. Spend is 432 Rand. It's place accumulator time. Race number 3 is where it all begins, and the favourite at 22 to 10 is number 5, Sky Velocity. 4 Efficient Trader at 11 to 2, and at 7 to 1, and better bar those. Darren's on the line. Darren, just having a look at this race. Sky Velocity must be the horse that they all need to beat. A very good second behind Run for Cover, who I know the yard think quite a bit of.
Definitely. On that last effort to Run for Cover, she was chasing him home. On that sort of effort from a 1 draw, I do believe she's good enough to be in the first 2. Efficient Trader, good run, good second start behind Rennie. And then last time out up the straight at Turffontein, Southern Skies was a runaway winner, but she was a bit disappointing. Island Beauty's open to improvement, dropping in trip.
So Sky Velocity, surely in this sort of race, must be one of the leading lights over here. Let's go and see what we're doing in terms of selections. I'd imagine that we're going to lean towards Sky Velocity, who is priced up as your early favourites. It can change. It's a pre-recorded show. I see Darren Burrows going almost a straight line. In fact, a straight line place accumulator. 5, by 1, by 7, by 5, by 4, by 2, by 5, and the spend is just a Rand. I see Darren Burrows taking his chances, and he'll take this a few times, I'm sure. Place accumulator needs to be on about 13.25, and the first leg is over 1450 meters. The pick six starts now, race number 4. The market has 17-10 about number 5, Bowl First. 1 Robert Burns at 22-10, the 8 Silvano Song at 4-1, and it's 11-2 in better bar those. Darren, nice race. This was Bowl First. I said when this runs next time out, we can have a strike.
Definitely one for the shortlist. That was 1,000 meters, staying on nicely behind COVID operator and really open to a lot of improvement, but did start 33-1 on debut. I thought the improver is Robert Burns. In Cape Town, I used to follow this horse closely, and when he ran third to Fair Advantage, I think there was as much as 6 or 7 winners from that form line, and then he got beat a short head by Kapuzina. They did think a lot of him. His comeback run on the high fault, I thought he was in need of the run, and I'm hoping he pushes forward from a 1 draw. So 1 and 5 for the shortlist, and then number 8 Silvano Song, lovely pedigree, and only got beat 6 lengths on debut.
Okay, there's 1 or 2 that are going to improve, no doubt. Let's see what we're doing in terms of selections. It is the first leg of today's pick 6. It starts now in race number 4. Darren Burrows going 1, 5, 7, 8 in the first leg, by 2, 3, 6 and 7, by 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, by the Big F Field in leg 4, by 2, 5 and 8, by Banker 5 at the back, and the spend is 2,400 rand. The jackpot 1 starts now, race number 5. The market has Apache Fighter number 7 at 2-1. The 3 Cape OK won a very good race last time out. That's at 28-10. 6 Go Dream Machines at 7-2, and it's 9-2 in better bar those. Darren, nice staying race. Just want to have a look at the market again. Apache Fighter, good second last time out. We'll probably appreciate the step up in trip. And then Cape OK, we know stays well.
While touching on Apache Fighter, she's a very progressive filly. Have a look 3 runs back off a rating of 40. She only had 52 kilos in a maiden handicap, and she ran third. Her very next start was level weight maiden. She was completely out at the weights, had no chance, and she got up to win. And then straight out of the maiden, second behind the Colt San Quintin. So this filly is very progressive, and she could love the step up in trip. So I'm going to lean towards Apache Fighter over horses like Cape OK, Go Dream Machine, and Liverpool Legend.
Nice staying race. Probably going to need some sort of a pace over here. It's always questionable over these staying races what sort of pace they are going to go. But yeah, Apache Fighter, big runner. Cape OK, a big runner. And then you can never leave out the likes of Liverpool Legend as well. The scratching is flag bearer. He won't be running in race number 5. Let's go and see what we're doing with selections. Just a reminder before we go to selections, that's social media. We'd love to engage with you. That's what it's all about, improving our customer experience, and hoping by now you guys are having some good fun and making some good money. So there's various ways you can get involved and chat to us on our social media platforms. Please make use of it. Let's go and see what we're doing with selections now. Let's see what we're going to do. It is the first leg of the jackpot. Daryl Marie's been kind enough to tip us a jackpot. He's gone 3, 6 and 7 in the first leg, by 1, 3 and 5, by 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 and 10. And the last leg he's going 2 and 8. And the spend's only 108 rand. The jackpot 2 starts now in race number 6, and it's great to have Munchkin back. There was a lot of hype about this individual, and he won a cracking race last time out at restrictive odds. I see 17-10 to get the job done this afternoon. 3 Golden Prospect has gone 5-2. The 1 Twice the Storm is at 28-10, and it's 7-1 in better bar those. Darren, good winner last time out, Munchkin. We know that he's a horse that's got a lot of hype about him. I thought he put them to bed quite early last time out, and are we expecting him to go bang bang?
He could well go back to back. He's a really nice horse, good looking horse. He won as he liked last time out. He did beat Insightful, who disappointed next time out. But there was a horse called We've Got Tonight that was 8 lengths behind him that came out to win. He's not best weighted. He's quite badly in at the weights, but he's ahead of the handicapper. So Munchkin for the shortlist, Golden Prospect. Now, he's taken on Cousin Casey in his last 2 starts, and he won his maiden in his first start, beating Climate Control very comfortably. He gets Rachel Venniker taking off 1.5 kilos. So if anywhere near ready, Golden Prospect's got to be a serious runner. Those were my 2 leading lights.
Okay, yeah, and perhaps just for swingers, quartets, trifectas, watch out for Texas Red. And I did speak to Fani Bronkhorst, and he did say Prosper's Gift does have a small quartet chance. So at about 25 to 1 in the market, perhaps you want to include that. All right, so let's go and see what we're doing with selections. It is quite a good race to watch. I mean, Munchkin, a lot of hype about him. I'll be interested to see how he goes out the maidens. He's at restrictive odds at about 17 to 10. Darren Burrows being the first leg of Jackpot 2, going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. By field, so the big F in leg 2, by 2, 5, and 8 by bank of 5, and the spend is 150 Rand. Race number 7, and this is probably one of the most trappy races of the entire program. I see the market has number 6, Stunning Kitten, at about 3 to 1. The 4, Cerulean Dancer at 4 to 1. 7, Della's Sword at 13 to 2. And it's 15 to 2 in better bar those. Darren, I did speak to Fani Bronkhorst, and a big thank you to him for his comments. Cerulean Dancer, they are looking for a nice effort. They're just hoping that there's some sort of speed in the race.
Yes, this was the field race. I put the field in the pick 6. For first, I did a bank. I take a straight line PA and I banked Cerulean Dancer. She's never far off the action. Last time out, she took on strong company behind Magical Flight. And back in a 72 handicap, she should be right there at the finish. Dark Travel takes a bit of a drop in class. She's very capable of an upset in this field, and Stunning Kitten of the rest.
Very trappy race. They are looking for a decent run from Cerulean Dancer in hope that there's going to be some sort of pace in the silks of Brian and Terence Spong. I know Brass will be watching as well. They're in partnership with Fani Bronkhorst. Let's go and see what we're doing with selections in a trappy race. Daryl Marie's gone the swinger boxed. 2, 4, and 7. 2, Call the Wind. 4, Cerulean Dancer. And 7, Della's Sword. And the spend is only 3 Rand. We're on to the penultimate, and this is race number 8. I see the market has the leader, number 2, Player, at 17 to 10. Number 5, Little Miss Sunshine at 7 to 2. 1, Wandering Stars at about 5, 6 to 1. And you can get 11 to 2 and better bar those. All right, so another trappy race. I think skinny odds about Player. A horse that's in good form. We need to respect Little Miss Sunshine. Ryan Munger seems to get the tune out of her, Darren.
Yes, for me, Player, I'm following that form line. Player beat Eye of the Prophet and San Quintin last time out. Now, San Quintin came out directly out of that and won by 3 1/4 lengths his very next start. I did watch that replay. Player was hanging slightly towards the inside. It probably cost him a length or 2. But there was a horse in that same race called Latuli that ran 3 lengths behind Player. He was eye-catching. I watched the headway he was making late, and I really thought the next time he runs, he's going to run a cracker. So Player and Latuli, and then I added in Little Miss Sunshine into my exotics as well.
Yeah, it just shows you what a bit of patience can do. I mean, Player had to go all the way to KwaZulu-Natal onto the poly track to win a qualified maiden plate, and perhaps we all thought that was the end of the road for Player. But a bit of patience, obviously a good training feat from Candace Dawson, Tammy involved there as well, and they'll be looking for a big run from this individual today. You'll spot that one in the Black Silks. All right, we're going to go and have a look at selections in the penultimate, race number 8. Swinger, 2 and 8. Spend is 2 Rand, so 2 and 8 is going to be the swinger, 2 Rand the spend, and this is the penultimate. Perhaps we can make some cash for the lucky last. The lucky last, race number 9, glancing at the market. Number 5, Eye of the Prophet at 5 to 2. 7, Duke of Rain at 11 to 2. The 9, Southern Blaze, a beautiful looking horse, got that big white blaze, is at about 11 to 2. And the 6, Brendan James at 6 to 1. What are we doing in the last over here? Something tells me that you're going big on Eye of the Prophet, Darren.
Yes, Brandon, I really like this horse. As a 2-year-old, he ran second to Shoemaker, Union Square, Cousin Casey, horses like that. And then he had a bit of a break, 3-4 months off the track. He came back with a bang, won over 1,200. Then over a mile, he got touched off by Player. Unlucky loser that day. And then he franked that form by winning next time out. He's probably having his peak run. I think he's ahead of the handicapper. And he gets Rachel taking off the 1.5 kilos. He's drawn well. He can just get in the box seat a couple of lengths off the speed, and I think he should run past them.
Okay, so a horse that's in good form, and Rachel Veniker seems to get the tune out of Eye of the Prophet. That's your 5-2 early favourite. I'm sure they'll back this one closer to the time. Don't leave out Twin Turbo. Nice galloping sort of horse. I perhaps think that there's a bit of value with Twin Turbo at 13-2. So let's see what he can do on the afternoon. Let's go and see what we're doing with selections. The lucky last, Eye of the Prophet for Darren Burrows. Like I said, I think race time he's going to shorten up from the 5-2, which is the early price about this individual. Thanks to all concerned. We'll chat again soon. Enjoy what's to come from the Vaal. Be safe, hit them hard, and bye-bye.